Hello.
Hey,
What's happening?
dude, that huge lag. It like froze at 10 seconds. And I was like, when is this gonna happen? Hey, here we are though.
We're
Um,
we're back.
yeah, yeah, we are. Can't can't, can't
Share,
stop, won't stop, right?
share, share.
Sonny and
Share it
Cher.
out.
Cher who?
There we go. We're in. We're in. How's your night going?
Dude. So far so good,
Yeah.
man.
Doing some meal prep over there.
Yep, you're lifting up, you're breaking through the wall, letting them know what my life's like.
Breaking through. Sorry, man.
It's all good. Yeah, dude.
What- What'd you
Meal prep life.
What'd you meal prep?
Ground turkey, chicken, ground beef, sweet potatoes, broccoli,
Oh,
brown rice.
nice.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Melissa's got her thumbs up. She does that every Sunday too.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I honestly don't know if it saves time yet. I'm on the fence. I remain on the fence about that as to if it saves me time. Does
Yeah,
it make sure that I make the right choices throughout the week though? Yes. Um, so there's that.
I like it.
Yeah. It's like every time I do it, it's like, oh, I'm back in the dish pit at Sanford Scrub and Pub in Casper, Wyoming. Woohoo.
Yuck.
Um,
Yuck.
so there you go, dude. Um,
Welcome to the show, everybody.
yeah, welcome to the show. Sunday installment. This is the last 10 p.m. Central installment
It
for
is,
now.
for now. It
For
is.
now. Yeah. We'll be at 9 p.m. Central from Monday to Sunday.
Yeah.
So
Another 7 day stretch.
yeah, man. Yeah.
How's
I'm ready for it.
how's everybody out there in Facebook land doing?
Yeah. Yeah. Drop your comments. Let us know how you're doing. Let us know how that sober journey's going and how your relationships are. Because, I
Let's hear
guess now is as good a time as any, right?
yeah, tonight's gonna be a real easygoing, fun chat.
Fireside chat. Sunday fireside chat.
Sunday
Yeah.
fireside chat. Man, I'm just this week
That's what you think.
this week has burnt me. Oh shit. We got the lights going on.
Jesus. I'm trying to fix it. Oh man. We need to put a seizure warning on the show now? Okay. We're better. Sorry. Sorry, everybody. Needed to pick me up real quick. So yeah, I feel bad because you took over half the show yesterday because I was busy.
That's all right.
Um,
We had a
so my
blast.
my name's Dillon Reed. Well, I'm glad you had a blast. It's Sunday, everybody. Come on, I need a pass. My name is Dillon Reed. I'm a professional recovery coach. I have learned through time, after 20 years of drinking and almost 4 years of sobriety. I don't want to say almost 4 years, 3.5. We'll go 3.5 years sobriety. I learned how to stay sober, have fun, and even be able to buy my wife a drink at the bar and bring it to her without drinking it or getting like clammy hands or wanting to drink myself.
I like it.
And I coach other people to get there too. So that's what I do.
I like it. Yeah, my name is Dr. Ryan. I'm a professional relationship coach with expertise in relationship development and interpersonal communication. And I am here to take your relationship from stagnant to thriving in 60 days. That is the name of the game.
That's a good game, dude.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't think there's anybody that works with you complaining about it.
No, no complaints. We're all having a good time. Just crushing it out in the relationship sector.
Yeah.
Absolutely crushing it. Jen's here. Yes, Jen, it escalated very quickly with Dillon over there and his lightsaber in the background.
Whatever. I missed Jen today. Jen is in a group coaching thing that I have.
Yeah.
A mentorship. We meet twice a week on Wednesdays and Sundays. And I was informed to take the day off because today's my wedding anniversary. So I did.
Good.
And we did other stuff. So That was cool. It was nice to have someone I work with to tell me to have a day off. I've never had that happen before. That is cool. So thank you, Jen, for giving me the day off from my own job.
I love
Yeah. Thanks, James. I appreciate that. Um, yeah, it's cool to be celebrating another year. I mean, for those of you that don't know my story, my drinking almost ended my I can't blame it all on the drinking, but my drinking and the decisions I made throughout that period of my life almost meant that I was never going to be this wedding anniversary. So every wedding anniversary to me is pretty damn special. At this point, it's like I don't know. I mean, maybe I shouldn't take this as a bridge too far here, and if it is, too bad. I'm one of the hosts of the show. Um, it's like I know people that have like had brushes with death take life more seriously afterwards. And I had like a near death experience with my relationship, and I take it a lot more seriously than I did before because of that.
Nice.
Yeah. Is that a bridge too far? Is it a bridge too far?
That is not a bridge too far. That is exactly the way you should look at it.
Yeah, it's how it feels. I mean, I'm not
Here's the
gonna.
thing, that is the biggest investment in your life to date, and nearly ruining that. You should be thankful for it every single day.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
Hey, Greg, what's up, dude? Nice to see you here again. Hey, if you're new to the show or if you've been to the show before, we love it when you ask questions about relationships or recovery or personal development, anything like that, anything related with you becoming the best version of yourself, showing up as the best version of yourself in your relationship. That is what we like to talk about here on the show because we want you to become the best version of yourself. That's what the show's about.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, anyways, we don't have any questions yet.
No questions. We got a few highs.
We got a few
I
highs,
like
dude.
it. I like seeing
You know what I
James,
do want to
Greg,
hear?
Jen. Here. What?
I want to hear
What?
from you. I know we're with this kind of a relaxed fit episode we got going on here.
Yeah.
It's late. It's been a long week. It's a fireside chat, but I know that you got at least 5 fun relationship facts loaded up. I know
Oh,
it. You have to. I
100%.
mean, you do, right?
They're right here.
I mean, I don't mean to put you on the spot like that, but
We went through the
you're
first 10.
pretty good at this.
Let's um let's see. Oh, we made it through those 10. Let's start here.
What do you got?
Here we go. Fun facts. Fun fact number 1, being in a supportive relationship can enhance your overall sense of well-being and happiness. Fun fact number 2, couples who engage in regular date nights have been found to have lower divorce rates. Number 3, studies indicate that couples who share household chores and responsibility. Did I say these
You
last?
did this one last night, bro. You are grounded.
Oh no.
You are grounded, man.
We'll start over. Number 1, studies have shown that couples who regularly express admiration for each other have longer lasting relationships. There we go.
Okay, that's a fresh one. I was like, I
Okay.
could have swore. And then once you hit the third one, I was like, yeah, okay.
Here's
Okay.
here's a good one.
Okay.
Melissa and I just started going to the gym together. I destroyed her arms today at the gym.
Nice.
So, couples who regularly engage in physical exercise together report higher levels of relationship satisfaction. Um, Number 3, having a pet together can increase relationship satisfaction and promote feelings of companionship.
I like that one. I like that one a lot.
Number 4, couples who maintain a balance between independence and togetherness often have stronger relationships. And number 10, sharing inside jokes can strengthen the bond between partners and create a sense of belonging.
I like that one.
The inside jokes?
Yeah, man. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
ideally, don't make fun of the same people you're in the room with if you can help it, maybe, but maybe do. You know, I mean, that's your prerogative, right?
It is. Man,
Um,
I gotta take the
yeah.
old hat off. The AC is not running in here.
Hey,
Yeah, I'm
I can't wait to
pulling a
see this.
Dillon. I'm getting all glistening.
Yeah, there you go, dude. It looks like we have got ourselves a questiony question, man.
Thank you.
You see that? You see this? You ready
Oop,
for this?
let's hit it. Let's hit it.
Is alcohol my first only battle with addiction? No. Um, it's the one I'm most familiar with. It's the one I lost or I mean, I can't say lost because here I am, but it was the one I had the most difficulty gaining ground with. So I guess at the core, this question is alcohol the only substance I've ever taken part in? And the answer is no, it's not. I gave up recreational use of other illicit substances a lot. Like I say a long time, but probably 5 to 7 years ago. I got a big boy job and had my commercial driver's license and OSHA and all that kind of stuff. So it wasn't worth it to me, I suppose, to continue with the other stuff. And alcohol is also just so readily available, socially acceptable. I didn't have to worry about meeting somebody in a parking lot or something like that to get what I wanted.
Yeah.
So, and the other things, man, I could always pick them up and put them down. It was like if I didn't have it, it didn't usually bug me. Some of them I didn't ever care to have my own, but if it was around, I might party a little harder than I normally would. I'm sure if you know, you know, um, those kinds of things.
Yeah.
But and then nicotine too. That was actually a pretty tough fight. I gave up alcohol before I gave up nicotine, and that was kind of a progressive pulling away from, but it didn't have the same sort of like immediate path of just total scorched earth that
Yeah.
smoking cigarettes and chewing created. That wasn't really a thing. Um, yeah, I mean, if you have any sort of follow up, like I guess my question would be, um, what the purpose of that question is, other than maybe to just relate with me more, know that I've been around the block or whatever. But if there's something more you were trying to get from that question, let me know, Greg, because I would love to provide any clarity
What are
that
your
you might
thoughts?
need.
What are your thoughts on substituting, like using medical marijuana as a way to get out of alcohol addiction?
Damn it, I didn't turn my soundboard on for the hot take thing.
I
Um,
control of that tonight, so we won't be getting it to here.
no. So I mean, I kind of do have a little bit of a hot take on it. There's a lot of evidence, like scientific evidence, that it's a bad idea. Like the best way, I always have this analogy parable that I share. It's like if you built this really nice house, you have like nice stereo equipment in it, nice TV and all this stuff. You got like cool locks that only open with your fingerprint and stuff. And then you just left the back door open all the time. And then like your TV gets stolen. You're like, what the hell happened? It's like, well, it's the same way. Like if you're drinking and then you decide, well, I'm not going to drink, I'm going to switch it to with another substance. You're still jumping up and down on the dopamine seesaw, man. Like you didn't actually do anything except play this shell game where now you're doing a different action to push that dopamine lever,
Well,
right?
I'm going to play devil's advocate here then. Uh-oh.
Oh God.
What
Okay, go
about,
ahead.
why is it okay to use prescription drugs to get off of alcohol, but then there's this, you shouldn't be using marijuana, which is given by prescription. I'm
Okay.
just gonna play devil's advocate here.
Well, so here's the thing is that um I'm not throwing like doctors under the bus here, but like most doctors will not prescribe medical marijuana as a way to get off of alcohol.
Okay.
If they've read journals, if they've done their research, that's not something they're going to prescribe.
Okay.
But that being said, in certain states, right, you're gonna see people prescribe it anyways because
Yeah.
they've decided that marijuana is like this panacea for every ail that you have, right?
Yeah.
Um, it's just it's a cannabis industrial complex. It's no, it's a new thing that people are making money from, right?
Mhm.
Um, so that's my take on it. I just there's too much peer reviewed support for cross addiction being a problem for me to be able to be like, you go for it. Cause like I have clients, I ask them, that's one of the first questions I ask somebody because I always have a follow up interview. You know, before I even start working with somebody, I'm going to make sure that we're a good fit together. I turn more people away than people that I accept into my program because
So
I want results, right? Go
would
ahead.
would
Sorry.
would you not work with somebody if they were smoking weed and
I don't.
they were
I
trying to give up alcohol?
no, I won't. If they're using it specifically for that reason, I won't do it. Now, if somebody has like a script for a pain or something, I mean, I can't. It to me that it shouldn't be different.
Yeah.
But in their heads, the thing about this habit and addiction game is a lot of it is our perspective, our mindset about it. So if your mindset is I'm swapping one for the other, you've decided that. If
Yeah.
your mindset is I take this as a medication, then you're less likely to abuse it,
Oh,
right? Does that track?
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, people that are there doing hard drugs and stuff, I got to know. It's a no for me, dog. Like
Alright.
I can't help you. Yeah. I don't have, to me, it's really important to play like, and don't, I mean, don't at me about this comment. I don't give a shit. I'm sort of a shepherd for people. Like I've been through the valley. I'm trying to help guide you back out,
Yeah.
right? So when you have all these other monsters that are in the valley that I didn't have to fight on my way out, I don't feel comfortable having a torch taking you through that, you know? Um,
Fair enough.
that's my thing, man.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I was wondering. I always
Yeah.
wondered that because I don't know. I see so many people. The people I see that smoke weed that I've known, they'll keep smoking weed and they'll just, even if they have a problem drinking, they'll quit drinking fairly easily,
Yeah.
but they keep smoking weed.
Yeah. Well, and like, so here's my thing at its core. I want you to be the best version of yourself that you can be.
Mhm.
And it's all about goals, it's all about habits, it's about routines.
Mhm.
And I do not believe that you can reach your highest potential when you smoke pot. I'm sorry. I'm
Gotcha.
sorry for anyone that offends. I don't give a shit. Like that's my take from personal experience. And I would also like to point out to further, I have anecdotal evidence for the whole cross addiction thing.
Mhm.
Like before my last relapse, I played the like swap it game, and as soon as I was in a place where you couldn't find it for whatever reason, right? And
Yeah.
when I ran out, I wasn't about to go find it, and I found myself drinking within like a couple days. So there's that.
I mean, I guess the kind of this one from Jesse.
Okay.
Work from home, don't get out often, never been addicted to anything. Most of those I'm close to aren't addicts, so it's kind of like myself. But feel lonely, but want to work on myself. It's hard finding that balance or reassurance on getting sober when I'm so much by myself.
So I guess I would like just a tiny bit of clarity maybe on this. Um, because I'm trying to understand. So like you don't have a problem with alcohol, or you do? Like do you follow me? Like, am I not picking up what she's putting down and you're picking it up? I'm curious.
I read it as she's not an addict
Right.
in the typical sense, but um maybe would like to look at being the better version of herself and
Okay.
being sober.
Okay. If we're putting words in your mouth, Jesse, speak now or forever hold your peace kind of deal here. Um, but I think like I don't know. I am pretty damn close to.
There's your answer.
Hey, let's pop it up. Can we do that? Go ahead. Okay. Okay. Um, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I never thought I would. I'm gonna pop that up too. Um, this is huge. I mean, this is part of my tapestry right here. It was always like, I'll never be like that. I thought I was like, better than it or whatever. Like I couldn't have a problem because in every other area of my life, I was pretty high performing. So it was like, oh, how could I ever have this happen to me? Right.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I would like to point out that I do not believe there is such a thing as a balance in it. That's another instant deal breaker with somebody that applies to my program. If they're looking for moderation, if you'll say that, if you want to say that, that's a no for me, dog, because I just don't believe in it. Because you can't. Here's the thing: like you pick the perfect word. You said trying to find a balance in it, and you're playing the dopamine teeter totter game when you're drinking, and what goes up must come down. It's unavoidable. So you don't ever really get a state of balance. You're playing roller coaster all the time. And that's a nightmare. You know, that's where the anxiety the
Mm-hmm.
next day, anxiety comes from, potentially depression. I mean, all sorts of ailments that definitely don't point to any sort of balance in our life, um, are spawned by alcohol use disorder. You come out of it, you know? Um, so I don't think you can find balance in it. I want to point that out. Um, it's kind of a matter of improving your relationship with alcohol, as in like breaking up with it, um, permanently. If you want to find balance, that's kind of the only way. And it's not going to be balanced at first. I'm going to make that clear. It will suck, but not forever. Like, I don't. I still every once in a while I get posts. I'd say maybe 10%, 10% of the time. So if I've taken a sample, it's a pretty large sample. 10% of the population from the population I've studied, um, they actually don't have a horrible time getting sober, which is just so weird to me. And I don't mean that it's easy, but I mean that like they aren't like feeling downtrodden for months, and
Mm-hmm.
they lose weight and they sleep well and all the things that I'm like, what? How did that happen? Um, but yeah, Jesse, I hope that that got to what you were at. You think I did okay? Did I do okay, Doc?
I think so.
You think so? I like that. I
Sounded.
mean,
I mean, it sounded.
coherent at least for a Sunday night at 10 o'clock after
It
6 of these before.
it followed logically.
Hey,
I was picking up what you were putting down.
hey, that's all I was going for.
I didn't have anything to add to that bad boy.
Fine, dude. Fine. Hey,
Thank you. My sister's been in alcohol for over a decade and never understood why. Maybe karma, but you did give me the answer I needed to hear.
I can we get on story time real quick?
Let's hear it.
We should get a story time sound button. That's something we need. Um, that's a pretty good one. Um, so imagination land. Um, I had a friend growing up who, I mean, he is a bona fide alcoholic by like pre 21,
Uh,
and I was an asshole about it. I was like, dude, just get it together. Like just quit. I was like that guy.
yeah,
Because I had no idea, you know. And to this day, I still, if I could get a hold of him, I'd love to apologize. But he's not really ever come out um, of the darkness. You know, he's been homeless here and there and been all around. So he's hard to get a hold of. But
yeah.
ever since I got sober, I just look back and I'm like, what a dick, dude. Like, I can't believe how you treated him. And then, so I feel like the reason I bring that up is like, that was kind of like, I feel like it's my karma. Like, now I know. And then there's another person that was really close to me that was like, just get better, basically, was like the opinion. Like, I don't understand what your deal is.
Yeah.
And then since then, that person has on a couple occasions been like, I'm kind of really worried about my drinking. And I'm like, what a weird how the turntables have turned kind of deal, you know?
Yeah.
There's no schadenfreude there on my behalf, you know, like I definitely don't like hearing that from people. It's just this is a cautionary tale to let you know that I don't care how bulletproof you think you are or um, above it. Like my genetics or whatever. Like it's an addictive substance designed to make you become addicted to it. That's what
Yep.
it does chemically.
Yeah.
So playing
Yeah.
with fire when you drink. Yeah. Yeah. There you go.
I like it. I like
There's
it.
my story time.
I love it.
What do you want to do, dude?
I don't know. I want to hear more from these fine folks in the audience. That's what I want to hear from.
Yeah, drop your comments. Let us know what's up. I want to hear some questions from you guys. That's what we like to do here. I gotta do something real quick. I'll be back in like 1 second. I gotta make an adjustment.
Just 1 second. All right. Well, hello, everybody. I don't have a story for y'all. I do have Melissa here with me tonight, though she's staying off camera.
Well, I did a bad thing. Okay.
What'd you do?
I'm a human. I make mistakes. I got a camera right here.
Yeah.
And then this camera right here, and this camera over here. I looked over, trying to turn it on with my phone, and the battery door was open, so it wouldn't turn on. So I had to go correct an issue. Okay.
That's all right. That's all right. We all do it. I didn't
Yeah, man. I mean,
record last night, so
I'm not at a point in my life where I have like a gaggle of interns that help manage the show and the podcast. Ryan and I still have to do it on our own. So mistakes are made from time to time.
just us.
Yeah. Yeah. And occasionally
Occasionally.
intern. I like tried to like smash intern and occasion together. And oh my God, I almost did it again. Occasionally an intern would make a mistake too. So that's the way it goes.
I just want to say it has been an amazing week hanging out with these folks. I've loved it. It's been really good.
You know, I 100% agree. Seen a lot of the same faces here and there. Seen a lot of new faces actually that's honestly, that's kind of why we did this. Because for those of you that aren't aware, we have a show where the Dillon and the Doc thing came from on Fridays at 3:00 Central in the afternoon. And we just were thinking like, how can we serve the audience better? And then we figured the way we could serve them better is maybe be available when you're not at work.
Yeah.
Because we were being a little selfish in the beginning. It was like, man, I don't want to work outside of when I work. And I work, typically 8 to 5. I make some occasions. Jeez, dude. Exceptions.
Oh, it's happening.
Exceptions for clients on occasion. Man, this is a relaxed fit episode. What's going on?
It is.
But yeah, I make exceptions on occasion, but normally I do. I'm a family man. I got 4 kids. I'm married. My relationship with my wife is very important to me. My relationship with my children is important to me. I do definitely value my clients, but I would hope you'd understand that my totem pole functions a certain way, and my clients aren't always at the top of it. I promise you, from 8 to 5 they are, but unless I have a kid that's sick, that'll change it. I promise you. But otherwise, yeah. So here we are, working outside of our stated work hours, as the doc, his office hours, outside of his office hours.
I'm in. We're in the office. We left the couch, hanging out, watching Alone. I was like, oh man, we've got just a few minutes. We got to haul ass down there. Let's do this. So yeah, been in the office. I might get a travel setup going so I can do this on the road.
If Well, dude, and like, I don't know, guys, you let us know what you think. If Ryan just showed up on his cell phone, is that good enough? I mean,
no.
Nope. Now it's not good enough for him. Okay.
That's not good enough for me.
Okay. That's understandable.
That won't happen.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, you're welcome, James. You're welcome. That's what we're here for. Hey, we're halfway through. You know what that means?
What's that mean?
My name is Dillon Reed. I'm a professional recovery coach, and I help you go from drunk to sober, and I help you stay sober. Actually, that's what it's about. It's about looking at certain key areas of your life, figuring out where you can get successes, stack up some poker chips, so that taking the risk of getting sober, because let's be honest, you're getting sober feels like a damn risk when we're first trying to get sober. Because even though all the consequences I suffered from drinking sucked, I at least knew they were going to suck. I had no idea what was going to happen when I got sober. So we stack up those poker chips so that you don't feel like you're going to lose it all at the house when you get sober. That's what I do. I hope you get those chips, man. Hey.
Just some of those chips.
And then this guy is, who are you?
I'm Dr. Ryan. I'm a professional relationship coach. I'm a relationship expert in interpersonal communication, relationship development. And I take people's relationships from stagnant to thriving in 60 days.
I'm into it. Dude, you should go like, I don't know, man, flatline into something.
Flatlining.
My marketing brain was like, I take their relationship from flatlining to something, but it's got to be something that rhymes with flatlining, you know? Just saying. I don't know.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, it's Sunday. It's late. Okay.
Flatlining to no more crying.
Hey, that's pretty close. I mean, we're getting there. We're working with something now. But yeah, so we take your questions here on the air. If you got them, drop them. If you don't got them, I'm not here to judge you, because ideally you don't have questions because you don't need us. And if you don't need us, that's good for you.
Still like hanging out with you.
Yeah, that's also true. I have some people. I have a Discord server. If you're not familiar with Discord, that's a voice video chat platform. It's totally anonymous because you have usernames. There's no way for me to know who the people are, which is why I created it, so that people could talk about their thing without worrying about family, friends, and bosses and stuff finding out about the drinking issue.
That's
awesome. I
awesome.
don't know where I was going with that. I forgot. I mean, it was a thing. It had a thing about what I was going to tell you.
I like it. I have a 7-day challenge and a group. Neither one's anonymous, but they'll both get you where you need to be.
Well, and I mean, yeah, damn it, dude. There was a reason I was telling people about that group, and it wasn't just to tell them about the group, but it's since it's gone, man.
Dude, it's Sunday. This is the end of a 7-day stretch for us at 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah, we had our own 7-day challenge here.
And we're going for another one, back to backs.
Yeah, it's gonna be 14 when it's said and done, dude. 14. There'll be 16 lives in 2 weeks, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm starting to understand that maybe show business is harder than I figured it was.
Nah.
To be honest with you. No, you don't think so?
Oh, 100% it is.
Okay. I was like, dude, I don't know. I mean, I'm enjoying this. This is definitely not me complaining. I'm just saying it's a lot. It is a lot of work.
Yeah. It's a ton of work.
Yeah. Damn, dude. I'm going to have this splinter in my mind about why I brought up the Discord until the show's over. And I'll remember as soon as I lay in bed. Or if I'm really unlucky, I won't remember at all. And I will lay in bed wondering about it until forever.
I like those nights.
Hope it's not that. Everything is work.
100%. Everything is work.
You work like Ryan and I do, pretty much. I try to draw some boundaries as best I can. You know, it's like it's hard though, dude, because I know the alcoholic's plight, and I don't like to ignore them or leave them on red. You know? Yeah. It just makes me feel bad. Yeah, dude. So I have. What do I have here? What is this?
I don't know. What is it?
This is one. I got one loaded up. It's in the chamber.
Let's hear it.
Go ahead and drop since we're not getting any questions. And somebody asked me this, earlier this week, and it's one that's near and dear to my heart, I suppose.
Really?
Yeah, because this is part of a bigger question. It's not really just how long should you be sober before you start dating. It's how long should you be sober before you make a big change in your life? Because that's where any counselor, and I'm not, trust me, I work with therapists, I work with counselors, I work with clients that I have go talk to therapists and counselors. It's not just me in the game, right? I know what I know, and I know what other people know, and I know what I don't know. But this one right here, they will go, well, we don't want you to make any big changes in the first year of sobriety
Well,
because go ahead.
let me ask you that, is dating a big change or is committed relationship a big change?
Well,
Dating
see,
dating's not a big change.
I like your distinction there because there's this other thing. They'll talk out of both sides of their mouth and they'll say, like, but you should pursue intercourse with partners because it helps balance out that dopamine pendulum kind of deal, right? So I'm like, well, what do you want? What do you want from people? Like, you're telling people to do socially two contradictory things, right? Because I like the distinction. We kind of talked about it last night or the night before
The night before.
about how like you should date and dating isn't a thing that you have, like, you're not, it's a trial. It's like a
And
AOL 30-day trial, right?
yeah,
I don't know how many people are going to get that reference, but it's an AOL 30-day trial that you got in the mail on a disc for AOL 4.0. But so here, I mean, I don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater on that question. I like that you brought that up, but so we'll say committed relationship. Okay.
okay. If you
Okay.
say committed relationship, I'm on board.
Okay. We'll say that. But my whole thing is I think that sometimes getting sober requires big change beyond just getting sober. So it's strange to me when they're like, don't make big changes when you first get sober. I moved 1,000 miles across the country within 6 months of getting sober against the advice of therapists, group counsel leaders, all this kind of stuff.
I feel like that's a lazy way for them to not have to help you through multiple things going on.
Hey, dude, did it work?
I mean, they want to help you get sober, but you start throwing in other things that you're going to need help with. Oh no, they're going to have to help you more.
You dude, that I mean that might be it. I'm not one to make assumptions here, but I'm saying that
I'll make
um
I'll make the assumption for you.
you're like, I'll do it for you. My thing is like there's evidence-based research pointing to if you make these choices, you may relapse, right? And then there's evidence-based research pointing to everything that could become a relapse. I think it's important to understand that. Like, I've met people that have relapsed over, in my mind, something that's completely inconsequential. Completely inconsequential. And then you have people whose like parents die early in sobriety and it means nothing and they keep on trucking along.
Mhm.
So like statistics are great. I'm educated, not a doctor like the guy over here, but obviously, see, I don't even know my directions. But I get statistics. It's important, but there's a time and a place where it's like, are you a statistic? Like, are you a statistic? You get to make that decision when it comes to addiction. You get to make that choice at some point. It's your choice if you want to be a statistic. So
Well, I wouldn't say a statistic, but you have the choice to be the exception or the rule.
yeah, totally. So I just say, um, you know, if you have a big choice that you feel you need to make to continue to stay sober, like, I don't know, you met someone that's incredible, go ahead. The thing I would caution people about though is maybe don't have a rehab boyfriend or girlfriend and like try to make that work because that is dangerous as hell. I've seen that play out a lot of times.
Yeah.
Um, and it doesn't usually work out.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my take on it. Um,
So
I don't think there's a rule of how long. They'll try to tell you I tell you, you know, do what your heart says. Just stay sober. That's the point, right?
oh, let's see here. Hey there. What do you do when your significant other is not real supportive, i.e., thinks you have done this before and is like, whatever? Live with my boyfriend 23 years. He won't quit, and I don't expect him to. The real supportive part.
Yeah.
A, you've got to you've got to talk about it in a constructive way. You have to set boundaries, and also your sobriety is, how do I put this? It's your responsibility. I mean, that's where the bottom line comes from, whether people want to hear that or not. I'm not the sobriety person. You need to talk to that dude over there. Uh, but yeah, you need to set very clear boundaries. I mean, boundaries aren't a bad thing. And those boundaries are where you are going to find the support from your partner. I live with boyfriend. He won't quit, and I don't expect him to. Yeah, I mean, you've got to do what's right by you. Um, Work on yourself, get sober, do the best you can, set boundaries, and communicate clearly with him on what you need from him. You still have to communicate
Totally.
needs, wants, desires, likes, and dislikes. Like those things have to be a foundation of a relationship. Um, and
Yeah.
that's where you find the support from is in doing those things and talking about them continuously.
Totally. You know, and I also want to like, um, my wife drinks. She doesn't. She's not a problem drinker. Um, but she drinks. Like I went and got her a glass of rosé and 2 rum punches at this. I took her to a like mystery dinner show thing for our anniversary last night. Um, your partner can drink. Like they can. They absolutely can. Um, I don't know the situation with your boyfriend, like if like he's an alcoholic, like if it's an issue with your relationship. If that is the case, then maybe it's a little more nuanced. But if your boyfriend just drinks on occasion, like Ryan said, I'm in that exact same camp. Like our recovery is our responsibility. Like if my wife, if she in the beginning though, I would like to point out it's helpful and ideal if your partner supports you, maybe doesn't have stuff around you, but at some point they are allowed to drink.
Yeah.
Um, that's just kind of it. And if your boyfriend is a problem drinker and it's damaging the relationship, then maybe it's time to find a different boyfriend, or maybe he'll follow in your footsteps if you stay sober for what he might consider in his mind a substantial amount of time, right?
Well, and that's what we've talked about, and that's what I was talking about setting boundaries. There
Yeah,
has to be something like we had talked about before, like if you're right in the beginning of stopping drinking or whatever, just say, "Hey, can we please not have alcohol in the house for like, I don't know, set a time frame, the first month, whatever you're comfortable with, till I can get over this hump that I'm in. Like, can you
yeah,
support me in that?" You set
yeah,
little goals together. Um, like they should be, if they don't have a problem, they should be able to not drink for that month. They can even drink, they just can't have it in the house. Like
yeah.
they're doing something to support you in that. And that's what it becomes all about.
Isn't that a isn't that affection? Be
Affection,
supportive to be supportive of your partner. Wouldn't that be
that's a supportive
being
part of it, yeah.
yeah? To be a part of being affectionate, being supportive of your partner like that.
Yeah,
I learned
it's
that from you.
it is one way to communicate affection to your partner.
Yeah, yeah. There you go. That's a deep cut from like a week ago, guys. So it's not that deep, but if you know, you know.
Let's Becca. Any advice from either of you to maybe heal the relationship between myself and my 14-year-old daughter who has been with me throughout my struggle with alcohol for the past 8 years? And now that I'm sober, I feel like she has lost trust and is worried about me going back to drinking as I have in the past. I know that counseling is very important if I made appointments already. Here's here's the thing you're probably not going to want to hear, Becca.
Oh, just okay. Do you want the good news or the bad news first?
This is a time thing, right? Trust is built over time and through experience. The trust will come back with your daughter over time and with enough experience with you. And we talked about it like with Dillon, his even after he was sober, he had to come back to Casper here on a trip, and his wife was calling him a lot more, right? She hadn't had experience with him in that specific instance.
Yeah,
So there was heightened uncertainty in the situation, um, because there has been a breach of trust, and you are earning that back, and you earn it back through experience and over time. So
yeah,
be easy on yourself. The trust will come back. She is still very young. And the best part is you're now sober, and you can show her like what it looks like to rebuild trust.
yeah, yeah. Then my wife, 2 years, 2.5 years. I've been closer to 2.5 years into my sobriety. I hit like a depressive episode because of work, and
Mhm.
because I'm a human still, I'm sober. I'm still human. I still have emotions. And one of the first things my wife asked me, because I went back to bed that morning. She left for work, and I just was not the day. Just was not the day. And I went back and laid in bed for a little while. I got up like an hour or so later,
Mhm.
and a text message was like, "Are you going to go drink?" And it was like that was the first place she went because that would have been the thing I would have done back in the day, you know. So that's what the experience she had with me. So that's the level of trust she had with me when
Yeah.
I had some sort of emotional issue like that. And she hadn't seen me after getting sober. I wasn't with her when I first got sober. So like the thick of it, I
Mhm.
dealt with like by myself. She didn't see the roller coaster of emotions that I went through. So
Yeah.
that was the first time she saw me get really emotional and tore up over something. And she assumed that that's what I was going to do. I talked with a sober buddy and I was like, well, I didn't think of it till she said that, now I want to, uh, but I didn't. So here we are. Hey, dude, I think you should blast this up for you.
What's that?
That,
Oh, good. I'm really glad you could that's what you need to hear, Becca. I wasn't trying to be hard on you, but I I, I don't want I typically don't sugarcoat things for people. It
yeah,
is it is a time thing and an experience thing. And you do need to give yourself a little bit of grace in your journey and know
yeah.
that it's a journey. It's not a destination. You're on it for the long haul.
You should put that on a sign and sell it at Hobby Lobby. Put it right next to the live, laugh, love ones. Hey, they're only truisms because they're truisms, right? Um, so yeah, guys, appreciate you being with us this week.
Yeah, it's been phenomenal.
Again, next week we'll be doing this at 9 Central instead of 10. Um, hey, one more time.
I'd buy that sign. All right,
Hey,
I'll get on it.
make it. Sign it too. Um, yeah, we'll be on an hour early for the next 7 days after tonight. Um, we're kind of just trying to figure out where we're at, what we want to tolerate, what times we want to tolerate, what's
What times?
manageable.
Yeah, what times are best for the audience is really kind of
Yeah.
our main drive behind this 14-day challenge.
We'll tell you it won't be 7 days a week though from
No,
this guy.
no, no, it
Thank
will
you.
not.
Yeah, 5 o'clock comes super early when you don't get to go to bed till 11, and I don't fall asleep at 11. I'm just done here at 11. So no, thank you. Um, forever, anyways. So let's see, what do we have? I'm looking to see if I got any questions that are jumping out at me.
Oh, you're very work. Oh, sorry. You're so welcome, Karen. I hope you do feel better and join us the rest of the week if you want.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we are here to help, um, both on the show and then coaching for different areas of your life, be it sobriety or relationships. That's stuff we do as well. I'm just, guys, I'm sorry, I'm scrolling through some questions, seeing if there's one I really want to take. I mean, I always want to take all of them, but I've answered some of them, so I'm going through. Yeah, no, guys, sorry. Bro, you gotta hit me like that. You just can't. I'm taking my ball and going home, dude. I can end this broadcast right now if I wanted to. Like, pull the plug, dude. He made fun of me, and now I can't do this.
That was
Bro.
high five. That was all Melissa.
I'm over here like a rhinoceros, man. I got some pretty thick skin at this point, so
That's
we'll
good.
survive.
That's good.
You got to doing this thing. Oh, hey, here you go. Actually, I really like this one.
Okay.
I've definitely addressed it before,
Okay.
but it is infinitely valuable to somebody that's trying to get sober. So I'm going to address it again.
I like it.
And here you go.
Did you get any physical withdrawal symptoms? That's what I'm scared most of because I need to work.
So, yes, I did. Sometimes I got sober by myself and it would be really bad. I almost, like, honestly ended up in the hospital at one point because of my withdrawal symptoms and the damage that I'd done to my body during my drinking. But that's not why I want to take this question. I want to take this question because of the follow-up that was provided about being afraid of physical withdrawal symptoms because we need to go to work.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't work if you're dead though, man. Like, that's a thing that exists, and drinking will kill you. And if you are at the point where you have like actual physical withdrawal symptoms when you try to get sober, you're like playing with that a little bit. That's not healthy, not normal. It's not something that you should be experiencing when you try to quit drinking alcohol.
Yeah.
So, American Disabilities Act, you are a protected class, being an addict in the United States, which means they can't fire you if you do decide to go seek medical help to get sober. And if you need further, you can look at FMLA, Family Medical Leave Act. Also includes wanting to go to rehab, detox, whatever it might be. So I realize that yes, you might take an impact on how much you're making during that time or whatever you have going on, but you can't take it with you, and you can't attach, money to a hearse. So it just makes sense to spend the money you would have spent on drinking, getting sober, because that's a lot of times a tit for tat kind of deal. So, if you got physical withdrawal symptoms, man, they make some pretty incredible stuff that will help with that, so that you don't feel like you're dying. That's my 2 cents. You should get sober, even if you have to take a couple days off from work, or a week or a month, whatever it might take you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you're like,
What about taking vacation for a week?
totally works. I
Okay.
mean, yeah, I mean, if you could do that, I in a week you can detox. Like,
Okay.
especially if you plan it and do like medical intervention, like get it set. Like, this is what I'm going to do.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to your physician. I almost said pediatrician. Talk to your physician, and they'll square you away with what you need to do the thing.
Yeah. Because some people don't want their employers, and I understand
No.
right to know, regardless if you're a protected class or not, once they know, they can fire you for another reason.
Yeah, they can. I mean, they can.
There's a lot of repercussions to that.
Yeah.
So
Go ahead.
So I would say there's probably some other alternatives where
Yeah.
you don't necessarily have to out yourself to everybody.
Totally. There's also in if your company has an HR department, there's a pretty high likelihood they have a program designed to get you sober because you're valuable. You're a valuable asset as an employee. They've invested time and energy and money into turning you into what you are, and they don't want to lose you as an asset, right? So a lot of them will pay for you to go to rehab. Some of them even like do like a like disability insurance type thing. So
Mm.
you're earning a percentage of what you would have been making if you were at work. Just a thought, you know. And your HR person normally won't out you to anyone because they legally can't, and they will lose their job and any credibility for the future if they do that. So
Oh, cool.
yeah, yeah, it's highly frowned upon as if the HR lady goes and tells everybody that you're a drunk while
Yeah.
you're in rehab.
Yeah.
It just doesn't look very good. It's
Yeah.
not a good color. Um, so yeah, but I really appreciate that you brought that second perspective in on that. You know, because here I am with the anonymous server for people so that they can chat with other bosses, knowing, and I'm not even thinking about how maybe the reason that you don't want to take time off from work is because your boss would know why.
Yeah.
So you know, there you go. So that's it, man. Yeah, dude. I think
I am.
I mean we're pretty much at the top of the hour. I'm not gonna call it early, but I'm not gonna drop another question down. Um
No, if somebody in the audience has something they want to make a comment, you want to ask a question, go ahead and do it in the last 3 minutes here. That'd be awesome.
3-minute warning, everybody. No, it's been great hanging out with you guys
Yeah.
throughout the week. Um the live shows are one of my favorite part of the week. Uh, we've never done it for 7 days in a row, and it's been pretty dang cool.
It has been. It's been
Yep.
awesome. There's always been somebody new, like Karen who came in tonight. There's always been somebody new. Well, and Jesse. I don't want to forget about Jesse. I've
Yeah.
seen I think I've seen Becca in here before.
I
Um,
think there's quite a few new faces today. I don't remember James, and I'm really sorry if I should. Um,
yeah,
but
remember
you
James,
know,
Jesse, but it's been great meeting you all. Hearing your stories, the questions you ask it's always amazing. So thank you.
yeah, honestly, it's so humbling to me to have people like trust us enough to come on here. And I mean, these are intimate details that we don't share with everybody.
Yeah.
Um, you know, people will even be like, you know, I don't want to bring this up to whoever. And you share that piece of yourself with us and ask us how to navigate that
Mm.
bridge in your life. And it's very meaningful to me to have people do that. So thank you for trusting us.
Yeah.
It means a lot. Truly does. Um, Becca has been here.
Yeah. So it's great. It's awesome seeing y'all here. And we appreciate it. I look forward to seeing everybody here tomorrow night.
When is next, Karen? I will put events up tomorrow, but it will be every night at 9 p.m. Central, Monday to Sunday. So for 7 days starting tomorrow at 9 p.m. Central. And then we will always have our live segment on Fridays at 3 p.m. Central.
Yeah.
So an afternoon show.
Mhm.
And then when we get through this next 7 days, we're going to kind of try to decide, not going to kind of, we're definitely going to decide what days we want to do and what times.
Yeah. 1 to 2 days.
Yeah. Yeah. 1 to 2 days. The only promise that we do have for you is it will definitely not be Saturday and Friday and Saturday. I
No.
almost guarantee you that.
No, it will not.
Not going to be that because we want one of those evenings to ourselves.
Melissa's over here shaking her head. No, it won't.
Yep. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I mean, I raced to the show last night after a anniversary date.
Yeah.
It was like, I didn't. Oh man, I put a bunch of planning to make that date happen,
Mm-hmm.
and then like spaced that the date and the show were gonna overlap when we set the show up.
Yeah.
So it was like it barely worked. Thank God for Ryan and his lady to make it happen. Yes,
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 we do
big
need.
ups. Need days off. Speaking of off, I think it's that time, dude.
It is.
Um, we'll see you guys tomorrow night, an hour earlier,
Yep.
like 9 Central.
Yep.
And you guys have a good evening. Talk to you later.
Have a great Sunday.
Bye.
Later.